Hello, friends. Hello. What is up? We're here. And Star Trek spoilers. So, I'm doing it a bit differently this time. In the past, I had been watching this while it was live, live. But now, I waited till it was over. So I just have the VOD so I can kind of click through
See stuff too.
and like pause and
So we're gonna show a
play
bunch of stuff from the upcoming Star Trek set today.
as I need, you know? So yeah, there was a live stream a few hours ago, but I didn't watch it. I'm gonna review it a little bit afterwards. I think this might be for a better viewing experience, you know, because I can just like skip around. Because I skip a lot of them talking, to be honest.
So to do all this taped.
Yeah, so hey everybody, my name's Gavin Verhey, principal designer.
Well, here
on
what Gavin
Magic
has
the
to say.
Gathering. And I was lead designer for the set. I started working on the set years and years ago. It's been a long time coming, but in a way, I've been working on it for a very long time because I fell in love with Star Trek when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I was watching
6, 7, he
episodes
said
of
the
the
meme.
original series with my dad on our old little tiny TV, and it became a thing we all did as a family together. Was watch Star Trek. So I've
Okay, so Gavin is lead designer on this set, which usually bodes well when it's a main set. I feel like when it's commander, maybe less so.
It's our, the Devil in the Dark.
The coolest collectibles that we've ever created, and we're gonna get to those pretty soon. But a pair of preview cards for captains.
Okay, so now I don't know freaking anything about Star Trek at all, other than it's in space. Like I've
And there's only
very
one
little
place to
information.
start. It's with Captain James T. Kirk.
All right, here we go. We're gonna skip whatever they say, but we're gonna look at it. So we have a few different things here. So we got, I guess this is the alt art frame that we're gonna see, and this is a special foil treatment. This is a funny art. I'm sorry. This is just like I I feel like the people who had is the chat big enough for people to read? Should I make it a little bigger? I feel like people that had aesthetic problems with
Kirk. So, Gavin, why don't you start?
with Doctor Who are gonna have the same aesthetic issues here, whereas this is just like a guy. It's just like looks like a normal dude. Doesn't look like a magical fantasy character. Anyway, it doesn't even look like a sci-fi character. He's just like in jeans. Anyway, 3 mana, 2/2, mono red, human officer. Officer is now a type. This is an interesting thing. This is like one of those things that's like, how do they reprint this in a non-Universe Beyond set? I think, as opposed to Astartes or Tyranids or Necrons, Officer is a little easier to reprint because you could be an officer on like a boat or something, you know? Off-brand soda frame. It does kind of look like a generic brand soda. Whenever Kirk enters or attacks, choose one. If you have no cards in your hand, choose one or more instead. Interesting that it is just Hellbent, not Heckbent. Discard a card, draw a card. Create a 1/1 red officer. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So if you're Hellbent, when he enters, you can discard, draw, make a 1/1, and give your team +1/+0. The 1/1 doesn't have haste, so it's like you have to have other things on board. Kind of a low power card. Interestingly, not really a commander card. This actually looks like a standard card, which is kind of odd. Good, but odd. Your big brother is on Star Trek, so you can... On Star Trek, as in, like, is on the show, or, like, interested in Star Trek?
Start us off talking a little bit about the design of Kirk here.
Absolutely. We knew we had to do a Kirk, obviously. There's only a
I
Kirk
don't
in
want
the
to know
set,
about
right?
Kirk.
The cap is, the first mode is discard a card, then
Tom, the boost.
And I've personally held one of those
Oh, it's just Surge Foil. Okay, sure.
Surge cards, and oh my god, they're gorgeous.
character you love.
All right, here's another character. This frame, I think I like better than the classic Enterprise frame. I think there's a lot of card frames here. You think it's funny that Kirk is mono red? I don't know anything about Kirk, so. Yeah, Hellbent gives you like a free draw. It's actually kind of interesting. It's just Boomer Fuel cards. You're 26, not 36 or 46. I mean, yeah, I'm 28. I'm way too young to recognize any of what's going on here. All right, we got Captain Catherine Janeway, another human officer, mono green this time. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Okay, so probably commander playable. Whenever Captain Janeway or another creature you control enters, that creature explores. So I'm not surprised that Explorer is like a mechanic that we're going to get in this set. That makes sense. This is like a fine card. Any green mid-rangey deck kind of wants it. Seems reasonable. I actually kind of like this text box. This looks very like, I don't know, like 80s or like a menu from an old diner. Right? Like, you just despise seeing actors' faces on cards. Oh my god, okay. This is something I talked about in my video about Universe Beyond, right? Is the more actors you have on cards, the more risk you are for, not saying that this actress would do such a thing, I don't even know if they're still alive, but like more risk that the actor or actress just says something crazy racist, and then when you play the card and then a normie walks into the game store and they're like, ew, is that the weird racist person on your card game? That's weird. Like, the more that kind of can happen, which is like a strange effect of Universes Beyond that's like very weird, which it did already happen. People commented on that video actually, and they were like,
mechanic. Now,
they were like, oh, what's the card with like, this thing. I already had people comment. They were like, oh, this depicts Chris Pratt, who is just like IRL homophobic, and they don't like that in the game. And I do think that that is an interesting aesthetic thing about Universes Beyond that does alienate some players.
Explore was something we actually tried throughout the whole set for a little while. It did not end up sticking, but we kept it on exactly Janeway in the main.
Okay, never mind. I guess it is only on Janeway. Wow, really? Explorer isn't a mechanic in this set? I was so surprised. Wait, what the hell? I thought this was going to be
It's kind of one of those cameo, a lot of stations someone could have on a starship.
Okay, all right, let's see what this
Very
is.
cool, and then we'll talk more about it.
So are these like actually signed by the actors? Is that what this is? Autograph
So
card?
that's right. For the first time in Magic's history, these are cards with actual signatures on them. And Tom, my understanding, you were actually there when they signed them.
Yeah, I personally oversaw this project, working all of the contracts, etc., bringing these cards to these actors to have them signed. It was quite an experience, obviously.
Who is this? What is this signature? I can't read this. What is this thing on the left? Is this English? This is definitely Kate something.
Being such a fan. William, we were at William's office in California. Like, clearly he was there for decades, and he was like an absolute pro, like at signing, right? He had me hold down the cards. I guarantee you, a lot of these have my fingerprints on them. Sorry. And he signed them, and then my partner Brian Boyce.
Is that William Shatner? Isn't now we're getting into the weeds a little bit, but if I type in William Shatner controversy. Man, now we're really getting into the like what if the actor says something bad? I'm like kind of this is like introduces some other aspect to the game that I really don't like. Like, isn't he some sort of a slightly shady character, or am I not correct about this?
grabbed them like as
So
soon as
William
that
needs to
one
learn
was
how to
grabbed, he
spell.
signed the next one.
That's not how you spell any of those things. Actually, this is not even. This is this isn't. Is his name like the letter O or something? Am I missing something?
Absolute pros. He's asking about Magic fans, how these cards would show up, all sorts of things.
7 total of these. Or should we expect them all to be captains?
Okay.
Now, Gavin, I saw that there are 7 total of these. Or should we expect them all to be captains?
No, we've shown you 2 captains today, and certainly that makes sense for some of them, but they're not all captains. There's some other characters that are so iconic, they had to get in on the fun too. So do a little guessing game, try and see if you can guess who the other 5 are. If you
They
can,
clearly had to be people who are alive and actors, so.
that does help, yeah, that does help. But yeah, there's some fun ones in there, and I'm excited for you to see them all. And it's such a cool moment to get to know that, like,
I actually completely disagree. Something fun. I think this is so different than a shady artist. That's not even. I don't even think that's remotely close. Like the thing is, like a lot of people follow artists for their art, and when an artist like says or does something weird, like Therese Nielsen, for example, no longer works with Magic because of her political views or whatever. I'm actually not super well versed on that controversy. I just know they don't work with Therese Nielsen very much anymore. That is like really easy for you to, because like unless you read the tiny little thing in the corner, you don't know Therese Nielsen made that art unless you can really recognize it. Like 90% of the time, and it's so easy to reprint the card with like new art in some other way. But this is like a celebrity culture is very different. I don't think it's the same thing. Like obviously, it does suck if somebody is a Magic artist and then they just like tweet racist stuff all the time. Like obviously that does suck, but I think the optics are different, like considerably different.
these actors saw these cards, signed them, and then we get to put them in the booster pack. So that's just incredible.
Yeah.
About how many of them are there, Tom?
So all in all, there's just a little north of 200 of each of these
each
out
one.
there.
All right. Okay.
Now, interestingly, they're not numbered, right? There's no number on these, so it's I assume the similar rarity of a serialized card. There's 200 of each, right? But you're not going to get number one of 100, 200, or whatever.
Okay. Let's now. So something how woven into the fabric of the set. I mean, it's true for a lot of sets and mechanics.
Yeah, there's some combat. There's spaceships shooting at each other, and people, doing
is
diversity
he gonna
of
talk about
characters.
battles?
You think about building up and trying to go out exploring. And of course, there's some combat. There's spaceships shooting at each other, and people, doing reconnaissance missions on the ground. But a lot of it is not that. And Magic is a game that has a lot of combat in it.
Okay, I'm working on a script now for a video coming out later this week, where I mentioned that I predicted battles would show up in Star Trek, but he didn't mention it here, so I wonder if
How
we're
are
going to
we
see any
going to tackle
battles.
this?
I might just be wrong.
One of the notes I've heard the most from fans is how are you going to make those things work together, right?
Yeah.
And I want to show you some of the mechanics today to kind of highlight how we did that.
Yeah.
So let's start with one that's
So, Sticky, I agree for the signed cards, but that doesn't change the fact for the ones that are just depicting an actor on it. Obviously, that's just the regular art for the card.
returning. That is a great example of a build-up mechanic that makes
Okay, all right. Let's look at some more cards. Enterprise D. Whenever one or more, I always thought these ships looked kind of funny, like their design, the shape. Whenever one or more charge counters are put on this, for the first time each turn, exile top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Interesting. Card draw engine in colorless. And then it just becomes a flying vigilance 4/5. Could be your commander. This is card draw in the command zone in colorless on a low cost body, which is genuinely unique, right? Like I don't think that has happened anywhere else. We don't have a colorless card advantage engine.
so much sense for Star Trek, to the surprise of maybe no one.
Absolutely zero people are surprised to see.
Not too shabby. And and you'll see the Enterprise as well as many other starships. Some you've seen before, but it makes a lot of sense here. And that are these modal choice cards. So in
I know they put spacecrafts in this. That's crazy. All right, so we got choice. Choose one is back. Tap target creature. Put a stun counter on it. This spell deals 3 damage to target attacking creature. Sure. I mean, these are like commons, right? This isn't going to be for constructed most of the time. Will be fun for limited. The choose one effects are pretty neat in limited. Counter target spell on 6 control phase 3. Tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter or draw a card. Very good limited card. Very good limited card. That is really strong.
In Star Trek, you have a lot of decisions. You have to
Discussing and figuring this out. So you,
stunned.
because this I thought was a real.
Here he's definitely
Acquiring information, trying to figure out what's going on.
All right, 709. Is that their name? Demiran 2 for a 2/4 human scientist. Whenever you face a dilemma, draw a card. You face a dilemma as you choose one or more modes for a spell or ability. That's cool. Okay. You get to play all the charms and confluences and crap. That's kind of cool. They fixed that issue for not using the actor's likeness in Lord of the Ring. I wonder what lawyer got fired to stop them from using their real faces. Yeah, you're right. In Lord of the Rings, they don't look like the actors from the movies. They're just like, unique depictions of them. Whereas for this, they decided not to do that.
And so when she faces a dilemma, she's like, you know what? I'd like a little more information before I make my choice. And that's exactly what she's.
Now, I wonder if that's Lord of the Rings also has the book aspect of it. It's not just a movie, whereas this is just a show. Star Trek was a novel. Cryptic Command, yeah, getting to draw an extra card when you cast Cryptic Command. I mean, this is a cool, interesting. It's not that interesting of a commander. It's just draw a card, but it's kind of a fun sub theme for a deck. You just play all your funny choose effects, and then you draw extra cards. It's neat for an uncommon commander.
Dilemmas show up in Star Trek, as I mentioned.
All right, Exolinguist. Gonna be a lot of scientists in this set. When she enters, look at the top X cards of your library. X is the number of creature types among non-Borg creatures you control. So it does not work with changelings because they'll be all Borgs. Put one of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom in a random order. Yeah.
At the top here was that diversity of character and speed going up there. There's not a ton.
Back some things. This
Spock is
All right, Kicker is back. Okay. For the briefest moment, Spock felt fear, not of the rabbits, but that the universe could let it exist without logical cause. I don't. Does this mean anything? Am I missing something? What is happening? Counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, instead counter target spell. Also, pretty good card. A lot of counter spells that they're showing off. This is definitely a boomer set. Yeah.
not freaking out. He is observing. I love where we took this moment too from the original series, like the
So
look
this
of
is
it, the
from
look of the
an
rabbit.
episode, I guess.
And for me,
Dude, I just don't. It's just like not interesting when it's just a reference to something you have no fucking clue what it is. It's really funny.
one of the fun things was getting quotes.
Here, I love me.
Okay, all right, back to this frame. The Salt Vampire. 2/2 lifelink. When this creature enters, look at target opponent's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player exiles that card and draws a card. After the collapse of their civilization, the people of M113 became little more than predators. They never abandoned their need for love. Cool. This is a hideous creature. No offense to any salt vampires in the chat. I get it's probably an Alice in Wonderland joke, but like, is there context or? Kicker is an evergreen. Yeah, Kicker is an evergreen. I'm not like upset that Kicker is one of the mechanics. I'm surprised that they ended up not doing Explore other than literally just one card and then went with like Kicker. Explore seems more thematically appropriate. Also, I guess we're getting this frame for just like random creatures.
Some good Salt Vampire. Again, we see this the first filmed.
You exile one of their cards and on your Magic. In Magic are sagas. So in the main set, there are 5 uncommons and 5 rares that are 10 iconic episodes from throughout the series history. We're going to show you a couple today. You can guess at maybe some of the others. But for this one, it's one of the most iconic shots in all of
So
Star Trek.
iconic, yeah. This episode.
Amok Time. All right, green and 2. Target creature control fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Sure. You gain 3 life. Okie dokie. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It's an uncommon. It's fine.
It's always felt like kind of too
Yep.
Back to phasing.
All right. Permanents can't phase in is a really funny line of text on a token. All artifacts and creatures phase out. Create an 0/1 human with permanents can't phase in. Oh. Interesting. You draw 2 cards and each player loses 2 life. Each player, so that includes you. Sacrifice a creature token. If you do, gain 5 life. Whoa. This is interesting. Why are you so far? Because YouTube forces the stream delay to be longer than Twitch. I'm on Twitch as well. You can watch on Twitch. That's a vampire? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. This shouldn't have said an opponent controls. Salt Vampire is from OG Star Trek. It disguises itself as a human, but that art is what it actually looks like. It would absorb the salt out of people's bodies, killing them. I assume that's what the Salt Vampire did, yeah. This is an interesting card. So you play it, and it phases out all artifacts and creatures. Really powerful effect. That's like similar to Exile, but then it can kind of like keep them there for multiple turns. But if you can flash this in, you can have your stuff dodge everything, and then you just sack the creature and get your stuff back. It's super fascinating. I don't know. I kind of like this card. It's an interesting design.
So you're not going to see a ton of phasing cards in the set, but it is the right thing here. Because in the episode, then you kind of look around, you draw some cards.
As much as Tom might like us here.
All right. I see this frame I like way more than the soda stream frame. Like this one is I think looks way better. Anyway, all right. Dr. Beverly Crusher. Human Doctor. If you gaining life causes a triggered ability of a permanent control to trigger, that triggers an additional time. When you gain life, put a counter on her. So it's like a legendary, I don't know, a Johnny's Pride Mate that doubles your Johnny's Pride Mates. Life Harmonicon, yeah, it's fine. It's a fine design. Some people will put this in the command zone. It goes in the 99 of a bunch of decks. It's okay. The Romulans are where the Discover at. Interesting question came up in a Discord about this card. Okay. I don't know what would be interesting about this. It's kind of a one-note card. I really actually don't hate this frame. I kind of don't mind this. I really wish they just did this one. Would a delayed trigger like Bree Clan of Stat Arm work on this? Oh, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile top card of your library. Oh, it says if. I want to say yes, but I wouldn't be surprised if the answer was no. My inclination is also yes, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, doctors, of course, throughout the set.
And Tom ones and some video. Hell, dear Gavin.
All right, the Crystalline Entity, 8 generic for a 7/7 elemental. Flying, when this creature enters, if you cast it, destroy all non-artifact creatures. That is pretty good. Ironic, isn't it, that something so unique could care so little for the diversity of life. Now, this isn't this the thing? I remember the prof talking about Eldrazi and comparing them to, I think, this thing, where they said in Star Trek they chose not to kill it because, they were like, maybe it serves some function in the ecosystem and we don't want to mess with it. And that he had wished that they did that with the Eldrazi, but instead they just killed the Eldrazi and it seems fine. Is that this thing? Is that what he was referring to? This is like a niche reference that I'm referring to a random prof video. You You couldn't find me at Tacoma Command Fest. That's because I did not go. I did not go to this Tacoma. I have another trip planned, so I'm doing some traveling this month, and it was just too much travel. No, the trigger is an end step trigger. The life gain is a condition. Ah, okay, that makes sense. This is from the first episode of Star Trek? TNG, is that the new generation? It should have given this an annihilator trigger. I mean, it looks like it's annihilating things. It feels like it should annihilate one at least. It is that thing? Okay, interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a really iconic moment with this huge, wild,
maybe they'll
almost
explain.
inscrutable creature, Eldrazi-like almost in a way.
Oh,
and like I said, I
Eldrazi-like?
look for those areas where you've kind of found that combination of Magic and Star Trek.
Yeah.
And when you look at this thing, you're like, this could just be on a Magic card in a set somewhere, right? Like it totally makes sense.
It's an elemental. Yeah.
Is he going to talk
There's so
about
much
why
to
it
love about this.
doesn't have
And so
Annihilator?
This is a cool mythic. It's a huge board sweeper creature, which you don't see all the time.
Yep.
If you're playing any kind of artifact commander deck, you'll want to jam this in there. In Limited, it is a great curve topper. It might even have some standard applications. Maybe you love Urzatroning this out. I don't know. There's all kinds of options you could do here. It is a very, very, very cool card. And I love when you find something that is so elegant. It doesn't have that much game text on it.
Yeah.
But you read it and you're like, wow, that's powerful. I think the flavor text, too, from Jean-Luc Picard himself does well to sum up everything going on here.
Well, no, this is for his non-artifact creatures. If you play Mycosynth Lattice, that doesn't do anything.
Absolutely.
All right, and
Most iconic episodes as a
All right, In the Pale Moonlight. Is he drinking a glass, or is this like a bag? Is this a baggie? Is this like a sandwich bag, or is this a glass? I can't actually tell. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Sure. Investigate. Okie dokie. That's 5 mana for not great effects. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, create a 2/2. Create 2 2/2s. Wow, this card sucks.
saga. Make your opponents to sack some stuff. And he,
Oh, is this the Romulan ale? Is that what this is? It's a glass. Yeah, is it Romulan ale?
investigate. And then
I
you
mean,
get
this
the
card
choice
is-
if you want to.
It is a weak card, but it is also just a random uncommon from the set. I'm not expecting it to be like a crazy powerhouse. Yes, for 8 mana, that card was not that
Blue
good.
token.
Mariner.
All right. We got Brad. Man, there's just a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of this, like just like a guy named Brad. It's just kind of funny. When Brad becomes tapped until end of turn, if one or more counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1 is put on it instead. So it works with spaceships. He's really good at crewing spaceships. Why is Brad a legend? I have no idea. I don't know who Brad is. Yeah, it not having Annihilator is because of the set power level. Although I don't know. I like Annihilator 1, you know? Like it wouldn't be that crazy. Well, we get 500 cigarette food tokens. That would be sweet. All right, we got Beckett. She has first strike, and whenever she becomes tapped, put a promotion counter on her. Then if there are 3 or more promotion counters on her, remove those counters and she deals 2 damage to each opponent. Cool. I like this as a... In terms of card design, I like these. I actually like these cards. As much as it is funny that it's just Brad or whatever. This is actually pretty sweet card design, I feel like. One of the interesting things here is just like, you can tap and untap her. So if you're playing things that let you manipulate creatures and untap them, you can do multiple things. Obviously, this effect is too low impact for Commander, but I like this idea, and I wonder if we're going to see more of it.
Yeah, so these two iconically are together all the time in the Lower Deck show, and we had to make sure that they were not only in the set,
They're from the Lower Decks. I guess that's a show. You just said that, right?
but that they worked well together. So we'll start with the increases the number of counters against normal and dealing damage these turned out.
But
We leaned into this style, like
Also known as
Okay, so we have Khan. Khan, it's me. They spelled my name wrong though. And it's a Shield of the Apocalypse one. So this is the maybe I should see what they said. Is this like a bonus
story.
sheet?
And they turned out epic. The one that we're about to show. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Okay, I mean it's freaking it's Shieldred, like a good reprint. I don't know where this reprint is. It's a good reprint.
It's not. There's no
Yeah.
Thunder to steal because the Thunder's in the card here. With Khan Engineered Evil.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch. It is. It is. It is. It is strange to just see a freaking guy.
Also known as Shoulder the Apocalypse.
Powerful magic card.
Powerful magic card.
It's amazing to see this version of Khan. We're definitely seeing other versions of Khan. And, yeah.
One of the really challenging things we had to try and figure out is how did we want to represent the J.J. Abrams movies in the set, right? How do we want to kind of make that all?
By the way, this card is like not that good in Commander. It's like very okay. It's so overrated. Like it's fine, you know. It isn't strange. They made the guy look like the comic book. I mean, it's strange to me to see a guy that looks like a real person on a card. I don't care if he looks like the comic book or not. I mean, if it was like a coincidence, maybe that'd be funny. But like, it's made to look like the actor.
Work. And what we decided is we would not put the timeline showing up here, as well as some other alternate universes and various nooks and crannies. And I had a lot of fun going back through.
There's a good
Shola should take it.
Yep, you hear it in hands in this.
10 of them. These are 10 iconic.
Okay, hey, Shocklands. Oh my goodness, they are tanking the price of Shocklands. This is awesome. They still have to do it with fetch lands, but I am glad they are absolutely obliterating the price of Shocklands. Like, that is so awesome. This is something that should have happened a long time ago. But they are decimating the price of Shocklands, which is so good. Absolutely, I cannot wait for the day that these just are budget cards. And every commander deck can run all the Shocklands, you know? Shield Resistant creatures as doubling season history enchantments. Yeah, kind of. Yes, it is all 10, which is kind of neat. I do like that. This is good though. This is good. Actually, good reprints. Also, I just noticed. Sorry, is Overgrown Tomb missing a hollow stamp? Is that anybody else see that? Yeah, I would love to see $2 Shocklands. Like they are. So let's look at Breeding Pool is one of the more expensive ones. Let's see what it's at right now. Breeding Pool. It's getting down sub $10 for one of the most expensive Shocklands, and this is going to bring it down even more. I think we might start seeing like $5 Shocklands pretty soon. This is really cool, really good. Actually, very happy about this. Yeah, wait on buying your Overgrown Tombs. You can get this one with no hollow stamp for whatever reason. The full arts look good. I guess
I know many folks
we'll
have asked,
see.
hey, with the change to standard rotation, the dual lands are going to be kind of out of sync. And don't worry, these are coming right at the end of the year, so they'll be fully in this year, and you won't have any kind of strange asynchronous stuff happen.
That's actually really great because they moved Lorwyn, it was going to be weird where standard was going to rotate and half the shocks would be in and out. So with this, they're actually keeping it throughout all of standard. So this is actually a really great decision.
With the way the dual lands rotate. But these are some of the best dual lands ever made in Magic.
Yep.
They are iconic. And if you
Oh, Romulan Ale is blue. They don't even look bad. No, they don't look bad. Like, I don't know if I like this square, the Mr. Fantastic Dorito looking guy on this one, but the rest of these are pretty neat. Like this Hallowed Fountain looks cool. Like this looks like a great art piece. This Breeding Pool looks sick as well. Honestly, I kind of like most of these.
look at all of them, you'll see so many cool places from across the on these cards that really tell off a lot of tiny little stories from different episodes or different.
See, this is the type of reference that isn't like too bad when it's just an aesthetic one. and not part of card design. Like like this is like what UB really should be, right? It's just reskins, right? Like, oh, it's breeding pool, but it's been reskinned to be the breeding pool from whatever the hell this Star Trek episode is, right? Like that's where UB like should have been like reskins where it makes sense, and you're like, ah, that is a watery grave from Star Trek, you know? And then I can understand it as a layman because I know what watery grave is. I understand what that means and the context within Magic. It is an island swamp. It is a watery grave. And obviously this is a sunken ship, right? Like it's a very easy reference to get, as opposed to like, I don't know why a character does this thing, you know?
Characters, different series. So look through them all, enjoy them. But you'll find all 10 of these dropping in the main set, which is really exciting.
Tom, obviously we could.
The Elcars for
Okay, all right. So here are the full arts, and again, these are kind of sick. Like again, man, I really wish this is all UB was just like reskins where it's like, hey, it's Watery Grave, but we have this iconic location from Star Trek. And yeah, there's a dead guy in a red suit there. I get it if you loosely know the reference. Even if you don't, it works perfectly. And this Blood Crypt is sick. These are gonna look awesome in foil. And look, it's got the like, is this Klingon, the Klingon blade thing? But even if you don't know anything about Star Trek, that's totally fine. It doesn't like bleed into the mechanics in any capacity. This is sick. This is an awesome Blood Crypt, actually. Yeah, these are nice. Yeah, I think these are really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the Sacred Foundry. This one's a little weird. These yurts look kind of quirky. This Godless Shrine is good. This is a good Godless Shrine. Like golly, Godless Shrine has some really good arts. I like this one a lot. Yeah, the Temple Garden is also pretty sweet. I mean, these are really beautiful. In foil, these are going to be awesome. I wonder how expensive they're going to be. I don't know if they're going to be a money card in foil. They might. I guess we'll see how rare
frames.
these
We got rid of
Elcar's
almost
frames
all the
are.
text here. We made textless Shocklands. This is the first time ever that we did this.
Also, yeah, textless Shocklands. You could totally proxy these as dual lands, right? Like think about it. You could just run a Shockland that has the thing, and then your Temple Garden is your stand-in for Savannah, where it just says Forest Plains and there's no other text. It's kind of neat, no? And as long as you only have two Temple Gardens and no Savannah, it's the same, right? I like OG Godless Shrine too. I mean, we can pull them all up right now. Well, but I just think Godless Shrine has a lot of good arts. Like I have this one in foil, and golly, it looks good. But even this is pretty sweet. All of these are really good. This one is beautiful. I don't really care about the Clue one that much. Actually, this one kind of sucks. But like all the other ones are really sick. Like this one's a banger too. All the Expeditions are good. They all look really, really good. Other than the Clue one, but the Clue set is booty. We don't talk about it.
And I mean, you know,
Show
right
Mr.
now, the
Zulu?
art just kind of,
I don't know who that
shines
is,
through
so.
here in the
So
biggest
amazing,
way.
yeah.
Very excited to like crack the seal on this.
Oh yeah,
this is
people
the
like
perfect spot
this.
to
Look
do
at the
it.
Twitch chat.
Well, and Tom, again, I'm looking at to get back to the artist. How did you go about
Mark, I'm sure to focus.
Surge Foil Elcar's frame?
Okay, so these also come in Surge foil. I'm interested to see what that looks like in person.
Do we have welcome decks for this?
Yes, if you're a seasoned player,
Okay, so there are welcome decks. The welcome deck cards usually aren't going to have anything crazy in them.
but if you're brand new and you're sitting down and playing Magic for the
It is just a guy standing in a field. It is so. It just doesn't look very. It just looks really funny.
first time, too sad about, and then a Q, which is something.
Is that this is a type? The type is Q? What does that even mean? Can't be blocked. Ward 2, Vigilance. Okay.
You'll see, not the only Q you'll see in this set. I'll put explaining.
Okay, so Borg, I know they're like the evils, the bad guys, right? They're kind of these cyborgy people, hive-mindy sort of thing. They're nobles. Oh, interesting. They have artifact. They're like Phyrexians, similar, or I think Phyrexians might be inspired from the Borg in some capacity. Assimilate target creature card from an opponent's graveyard. Put it on the battlefield under control with a +1/+1 counter. It's a Borg. This is all their types. That's interesting. So that's their mechanic, I guess. Is they're like, we're Borging it up. We, pull out these things, turn them into Borgs. It's kind of fun.
There's kind of two interesting things going on here. The first are the Borg. So the way the Borg work in the main set, and also work here in the Welcome deck, is we treated them kind of like artifact creature slivers. So they impact all your artifact creatures, and much like a hive mind, much like the Borg, you want to have a lot of them in play and grant their abilities.
We
to
Borging
everyone.
it up.
It's
yeah.
very cool. They're backwards compatible, of course, with other artifact creatures, but you can assemble all your Borg together and share all these abilities, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
And the Borg Queen, of course, giving everyone +2/+0.
Okay, so they work similar to slivers, right? They share abilities. That makes sense.
Great for that. And also assimilating. So this is a brand new mechanic
This is the one that we said we'd come back to.
as something just into a Borg.
We got
Landfall in the main.
Play with talk about reveal. You may play lands and cast creatures supposed to top your library. Sure, fine card.
That's all the preview cards we have today.
Okay, all right. Let's look at all the products. There is 4 commander decks, and there's 4 giga expensive commander decks. By the way, these like Surge foil commander decks for UB sets where we have to pay the licensing fee, so they're like way more expensive, are so overpriced. It is actually ridiculous. I hate them because commander decks are like for new players. I think having like $1 billion product for new players really sucks. Anyway, we got play boosters, collecti boosters. I don't know what the hell this is. What am I looking at here? Pre-release kit. Whatever the bundle is, the Beam Me Up bundle. Sure. Welcome decks, the beginner box, the draft night box. Sure. Also very overpriced product, I think. I don't know what these are. More bundles or some crap?
Today, but this being the first look, of course, we need to take a look at the full product
So there are around 160 commander cards for this set. Yeah, I guess we don't know what the reprints are like.
lineup
But
and
yeah.
all the cool ways that you can interact with, play with, or collect this set.
All right, now no jumpstart for this set. Kind of interesting, right?
So, Gavin, tell us a bit about what we've seen up here on the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool products beaming down with Star Trek, and let's talk about some of them here. So in the top left, you've got play boosters, of course, and right next to them are collector boosters, where you'll have a chance to open up one of those awesome headliner cards that we saw earlier.
Okay, so you're right. Collector boosters where you get the signed cards, right? That makes sense. You can't get it from the normal ones.
Next to those are the pre-release kits. Go down to your local game store and play in a pre-release of Star Trek. There's 2 different bundles here, both the normal bundle and a Beam Me Up bundle. You'll find the details on all these products on our website, of course, but there's 2 different kinds of bundles for this set. We've got Draft It making a return, the welcome decks we mentioned in the bottom right, but I want to take one that is fully Surge foil. These products in particular. The set, both in a normal version and a collector's edition that is fully Surge foil. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of them, starting from the left to the right. So on the way, all the way to the left, we have Federation Fleet. A
Starship?
red, white, blue deck that features the time period of Picard and Janeway, and very much that era of the show. Next up, we have Landing Party, a green,
I thought I
white,
was gonna
blue
say the
deck
theme.
that is all about the original series era, and really tries to capture not just those characters, but even the aesthetic of the original series. Next up, if you're a Klingon fan, we have a whole deck for you, and you'll be doing plenty of attacking in Klingon Fury. It is a good day to die indeed with this red, white, black deck. Get in the red zone and attack with your Klingons. And finally, last but do not call them least, we have the Borg deck, a white, blue, black deck that will be maybe assimilating your opponents a little bit, turning their creatures into the Borg
So Borg is Esper. Interesting.
collective, and uses some of those artifact creature matter synergies we saw
Beam Me Up bundle is a funny name. I agree.
earlier. So a really cool mix of decks here and a lot of fun to play. But maybe your friend is new and wants to get into this for the first time. Of course, Universes Beyond is with everything, so let your trek begin about what's going on here. Each of
Okay, wait. Sorry. What is this? 6 scene cards? Oh, it's more of these scene things. I hate these scene cards because they're like exclusive cards that go to just the scene box. And they're really expensive.
these has 6 brand new magic cards, and they all connect to make a scene using the art that you see here on the front of the book. Doing some real wild shenanigans, and I cannot wait for you to see the cards in this box. They are wacky. On the left-hand side, I mentioned earlier Divergent Timeline.
Break from Star Trek 4 king sets, November thing going, and that weekend, all the weekends. But
All right. Does anybody have the Wizards article that actually breaks down what's in these bundles? Oh, here we go. Here's the article. Okay. Blah, blah. We've seen all these cards. I guess I want to know Star Dates cards. Okay. Recognize a reprint. Blah blah blah. There are 30 different Stardate cards. Non-foil Stardates appear in play boosters and collector boosters. But it doesn't say me. It doesn't say me. It doesn't say at what rate. Because when it's one in every pack in a play booster, that's not bad. That's like a good reprint. It'll affect the price more. If it's like 1 in 24 packs, then it doesn't affect the price nearly as much, which is kind of lame. Okay, these are scene cards? Is that from the boxes? Beat Me Up bundle promo codes. Here we go. Okay, so you can get this. It comes with 8 play boosters, 1 collector booster, and 2 of 8 Beat Me Up bundle promo codes. Okay, I see. So it's like the Avatar one. Yeah, Legolas's Quick Reflexes is still like $80, which sucks. Was that a freaking unicorn? Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, 1 out of every 25 play boosters, a Stardate card will replace a common. Ah, boo. Boo, that sucks. 1 of 25, that's so low. Oh, okay. So it's not going to affect the price nearly as much. Kind of sucks because they did that for Turtles. Like, Ashcoat tanked in price completely. This is $4 because they had these in every pack, and there was no, it wasn't that there was 1 in every pack, but they lowered the amount. There's only 20 cards. This one's 30 cards. And it's 1 in 25. So yeah, they're not going to be very meaningful reprints. She beaming my bundle till I'm up. That's good. Yeah, 1 in 25 sucks. That's very lame. Blah blah blah. You get that. You get some tokens. 1 deck box in air quotes. What does the normal bundle come with? Oh, this comes with the land packs. The scene ones, yeah. Okay, interesting. All right, the set is. I don't know if they're gonna have any battles in this set. I might have to adjust that script. We'll see. Okay, so overall, high level, I feel like I hate these way more than the serialized cards. Like, I actually kind of like serialized cards. I don't mind them at all. Like, I don't mind lottery cards. I really don't like bringing in, like, actual actors into it. I don't like real world people in my game. I kind of would like that to be separate as much as possible. I don't like that. I don't like that it's not 1 in every pack for the bonus sheets. Because, like, think about Strixhaven. Opening Strixhaven was crazy value because you got a thing in every single pack. It was crazy value. This, you're not getting that value. Kind of sucks. Yeah, kind of sad about that. The alt frames, these suck. These look like booty. This one's pretty bad. I think this one, not bad at all. I think this will look sweet in foil. The Shocklands, good. High on the Shocklands. I think that's awesome. The borderless ones are really sick. Just yeah, not really happy with the rest of the set. We'll see. Obviously, there could be some interesting designs that could come out of it. I'll have to see how good the other reprints are. It'll be interesting. I hope Reality Fracture is good. I have high hopes for that. It's like the first set I'm excited about. I was gonna say in a long time, but I was actually excited about Strixhaven. I like Strixhaven. Yeah, I gambled on some Strixhaven packs, and I don't usually gamble on packs. I like that they make reprinting the set easier than serialized cards. I don't know. I think that's BS. I had an argument with a friend about this too, where they were like, "Oh, they can only print so many collector boosters because, the serialized cards need like a set amount or whatever." But like Lord of the Rings, they re-released it without the serialized cards. They always can do that. I think that's like a bullshit argument. Does anyone know why we got those previews and why we only have like 7 cards previewed from The Hobbit? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what their marketing strategy is. It doesn't make any sense. Hopefully there's not a Starfleet Academy. I think I ate my comm badge card. What? Why are we getting Star Trek spoilers when there's 2 sets before it? I don't know. I think it's just they like to tease cards here and there, Oh, spoilers! She turns into a Borg lady. Tragic. It's funny seeing CBS on on a card. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting Star Trek spoilers. I don't know. It'd be like that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Suspicious sight. Oh, wizards. It just blocked it. My ISP doesn't let me go to this. That's very funny. Yeah, first look always happens in advance, but I don't know why they're doing the first look in general. I would love Reality Fracture spoilers. All right. I think that's all I have to say about the set as is. I am interested to see where they go with it. Like some cards, like 7 of 9, this is a unique effect. This is almost what I want from a legendary creature, right? It's like not a super low cost card, not obscene stats, and it does a unique thing. When you do a thing, you get a thing. Draw a card is the most boring version of that, but it does ask for a unique thing, creating a new archetype in Commander, and I think that is cool, and it is a card that is upgradable over... What the fuck is Dilemma? Dilemma is anything that requires a choice. So any card that says choose one or more is a dilemma. So you do you play like all the commands, you play all the charms, you play the confluences, all of those in the deck, and you get to draw extra cards. It's kind of cool, Elk. I don't know. What do you think? I'm gonna say draw a card is not the most exciting upside to that. You rated this card a 7 out of 9. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, so slightly worse than you. Modal support, yeah, it's kind of cool, right? Would all the villainous choices do that? I don't know. Isn't that an opponent's choosing? You heard they had to do these super early for the first look. It's a pun on her name con. Oh, I can't read, Elk. Don't worry about it. Okay, all right, Elk. What do you think about? Did you see these? They're gonna be literally autographed by like the actor from the card. So it'll be like William Shatner scribbled on this one. There's like 200 of each. You like that? Interesting. We'll talk about this on the podcast. I think it's kind of cringe. Thank you, the guy, for. I'm glad I'm your favorite blue chud. Shatner ain't doing shit these days. I mean, yeah, he's got nothing better to do. I agree than sign 200 Magic cards. You're gonna go eat? All right. Let's see. We'll talk about it on the podcast or something. Why do they skip the reminder text? So they've done this forever, but all alt art cards don't have reminder text. Yeah. Well, you see, that's why it's perfect for them to do one of this for this set specifically is because these are like all old actors that don't have anything better to do. So like Wizards can pay them like not that much money to sign a bunch of cards. I don't hate the idea of like rare things for collectors. I just don't like the celebrity culture, like adding real world people to the game. I just like that is a line that is very easy to blend into bad territory. $1 per card, yeah. Snail better do a Star Trek warp in on the podcast. I'll have Yusuf get on that. He was in the stream. What do I think of the? Okay, so these ones not bad. These are good. These are good frames. I actually like these, and especially with the Shocklands, like these ones are sick. They're gorgeous. I love these. I will probably want to get some of these. They're really cool. Also, really sweet like proxies for dual lands. This sucks. This sucks ass. This is like a really low tier. Like I appreciate that the frame is legible and stuff, but this looks like booty. Deck review stream now, right? I need to finish up the script. I gotta get to work. I'd also like that the Shocklands have the symbols. Yeah, I think that's a cool little thing. What is this supposed to evoke? Somebody said knockoff soda, which it does kind of feel like. Like a pulp sci-fi poster, maybe? I don't know. Lens flares? It does feel a little low effort. It's just kind of like it feels kind of flat almost. But this feels a little bit more dynamic. This feels like an old menu at a restaurant. Wonder if it'll be cheaper to go to Comic-Con and get the actor to sign a card instead of buying one of these signed ones. Comic-Con ticket prices are not your problem. It's actually getting a ticket is the problem. You know? By the way, since I have people here, if you are going to Comic-Con and you're going to go on... I'll wait for this ad on Twitch before I say that. Something feels different about David Tennant getting to sign a serialized Doctor. These are cards that are directly marketed and gambled for a signature. That is true. I do think that also makes a difference. Is there a Star Trek CCG? I don't think so, but I don't know, maybe. You think that the old movie posters are the inspiration for those frames for these ones? Maybe. It's possible. It's a stylized Enterprise cruising through the star. I mean, that's what this is, right? This is the Enterprise here. I don't. Why is it like slanted? I don't. It's just kind of weird. 50s sci-fi poster. Yeah, I don't know. I like this thing. This thing's kind of fun. I think these are kind of neat. This one's pretty cool. I hope the rest of these are like this. That'd be really sweet. Man, there's a lot of ads on Twitch. Golly, there's a lot of ads to get there. I lost like 40 Twitch viewers to like one ad break. Schematics are cool for the ships. I like them. Yeah. I'm waiting for this ad break to be over to talk about Comic-Con for a second. Oh my God, there's so many ads. I don't even set these. It just does that by default. I didn't do any of it. Anyway. If you are going to Comic-Con in San Diego, I will not be there. I'll be traveling. But on the 23rd, which is Thursday, the first day of Comic-Con, if you go to the Coin Op Barcade, a friend of mine is running an event for Cataclysm Arcade where you can get free packs to Cataclysm Arcade. It's a really cool TCG and really fun to play, and I would recommend going and checking out. As far as I know, it is free to go to that. So you don't even need a ticket. You just got to be in the area. So, yeah, if you're going to Comic-Con, you should check that out. It's pretty cool. I feel like this one's legible. No, this one's legible because this name of the card is at the top. Mana cost is top right. Yeah, the type is up. And then it just has all the text right here. It's not like wavy, wiggly text like the One Ring one. This is not legible. This is bullshit. These ones suck. They're like completely oh. Let's go at the bottom of this. These things, these suck. This is not, you cannot read this. Like, these ones are actually awful. They are complete. Look at his mana cost. 3 blue, red, black. What is this? And then this one's over here, and then this one's over here, and then this one's a little bit down this way, and then this one goes sideways, and it's just like, wait, no, this is the 3, right? It's 3 black, black, not double black. I thought this was just double black for a second. These ones are awful. I hate these. These ones suck. I'm sorry. The art is cool, but they should have been textless. If you're gonna do this, make it textless. Don't fucking do this to me. Don't put the text here like this, please. These are the worst ones. I hate these so much. Yeah, exactly. They are great art pieces. If this just had no text on it, it just says the Entwood, and then like maybe the mana cost, and then all this words was gone. Sick. That'd be a fine card. I mean, it would suck because Texas promos are kind of annoying, but like it would be way better. It would be way better. It's just so many illegible words. It ruins the art. It looks so bad. Is that Steph Curry? You mean this one? You know, if you squint, it does kind of look like him. Yeah, exactly. Don't pretend to keep the rules text on. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's it for my stream. I wanted to look at the Star Trek cards. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you thought that was somewhat interesting, and I had maybe interesting things to say. We'll talk more about the set on like a later stream when the full set's revealed. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for joined from the Elk stream. I will hopefully see you guys in another stream. I'm gonna watch some sumo now. Sumo's out, guys. Friends, Grand Sumo is like, it's here. Where did my thing go? I had it open. I had a tab. Where's my thing just went away. Should I make this a sumo stream?
Goes on. Both men.
It's like it's sumo time. All right, I'm hopping off.